Let me show you something about this play. If we look right here, boom, the ball comes up. Andrew Mukuba is focused on Reed Blankenship in the tight end Ferguson. That will be the last time that happens. If the ball is in the air, he's not going to focus on whatever's going on with whoever's involved in the play. If the ball's in the air, he's going to go after the ball moving forward. Guaranteed. This was a learning lesson, and it happened week 1. He's about to start getting some turnovers. I guarantee it.
Little Holmes over the middle. Kelsey. Oh, it's picked off. It's Mukuba who's got it. And he's taken out. Andrew Mukuba.
You didn't want to give us nothing, so therefore we got to go take it. I don't need to say no more. Give me my darn theme music.
Welcome to the DY Prods channel. I'm your guy, DY Fly. What it do? The Birds go 2-0.
To the competition.
That's right. How did we get to 2-0? We went into Arrowhead, even though the Super Bowl rematch should have been at the Link. The league tried to give us the shaft, but we go into Arrowhead. We take the arrow. We shine it up real nice, turn it sideways, and we stick it straight up Patty's candy ass. The blood magic has run out. The Chiefs dynasty, it is done. We not only put them in the dirt, we kept them in the dirt. Okay? We all knew our team was better going into this matchup, and we proved that yesterday, okay? So the score was 20-17. We're going to talk about the defense. We're going to talk about Kevin Patullo. And as the president of the He-Man Joe Burrow Haters Club, I got to speak on that situation too. But first, we're going to talk about this, okay? We're going to talk about this. Now, if you watched my last video about JD5, Jaden Daniels, Mr. Poise, I spoke about him not having the fire, and I spoke about Jalenhurts having the fire. This is an example of having the fire. You got old sugary tank, loose neck Chris Jones talking about you don't even have 100 yards. And Jalen Hitman Hurts,
The excellence of execution.
then tells him we won the effing game. Shut your ass up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut your raggedy ass up and sit the fuck down.
You know, you see him. You see Chris Jones. Look at his neck. Look at his neck. Loose neck. Loose neck. Man, get him out. I don't have any sponsors, so I could talk like this. But he's giving broke wrist energy. Broke wrist energy. That's why he's always snapping on his teammates when he makes a mistake. He don't want to own up to it, have some accountability. But Jalen Hitman Hurts, he got the fire, man. He told him, look, we came into your house. It don't matter if I got 100 yards or 1 yard. We won the game against y'all. Now you're 0-2. Look at you. Look at you. Shut your ass up, right? I love my team. And we're going to start with the defense, okay? Let's start with the defense. But shout out to Jalen Hurts putting this man in his place. Let's start with the defense and the player of the game, Andrew Mukuba. That's right. Andrew Mukuba, he played a heck of a game. You know, he is the first rookie with first Eagles rookie with an interception within their first 2 NFL games since Rasul Douglas 8 years ago. He also had a half sack, and you know, he when you call certain stuff and you see it in your mind's eye and you see how it's coming together and we haven't even scratched the surface, is beautiful. And he was a part of that. You know, we didn't question his skill, but more of his size. But he's everything that you want within a player. His instincts are through the roof. And he was making plays, man. I hope you saw my intro. Yeah, man, we talked about it. If you haven't seen it, go check out some of my shorts on Jahad Campbell, Andrew Mukuba, and how this defense can be legendary. And I think this defense can be legendary. And the top 5 bold predictions. And what I said in the bold predictions, I'll get to that in a second. But Andrew Mukuba, he has 6 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss, a half sack, 1 pass deflection, an interception in the red zone. 2 receptions allowed, 18 yards, and he's just allowed 23 yards total on the season, right? With a 59.0 passer rating. So he's just doing what he's asked to do, and he's bringing that star to the safety position that I was hoping for. So, but in my top 5 bold predictions, I said that this Eagles team will lead the league in turnover differential, right? And you see, Jeff Kerr, he posted yesterday, the tush push isn't why the Eagles are 18-1 in their last 19 games. Over the last 19 games, we have 8 giveaways and 39 takeaways. Oh my God.
Ass motherfuckers.
That's right. People want to put it on everything else, on ajbrown, Saquon, whatever, but we don't turn the ball over and we get turnovers. That is the bottom line. And we had a couple turnovers yesterday, and it was beautiful to watch, man. Just the defensive line, they played wonderful. Jalencarter was back, just wrecking havoc. Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith, they were very, very good. Jalen Hunt, he was being disruptive. And Zadarius Smith, okay? I was a little bit worried. I'm not going to lie to you. I was a little bit worried because we've signed older veterans in the past, and they just come in and end up stealing checks. But Zadarius Smith, it looks like his mindset is, I'm playing next to Jalencarter and Jordan Davis, so my job is easy. I just need to come in and do what I do, be a bull rush passer, stop the run on the way to the quarterback, and everything's gravy. So it looks like he has something left in the tank, and he has some stuff to bring to the table. I like it. I like it. Our linebackers, the greatest linebacker duo in NFL history, Zach Bond, the bald eagle, and Maximum Carnage, Jahad Campbell.
There is only carnage.
The richer just got rich.
The richer just got rich. Zach Bond, I want to point this out about Zach Bond, man. We know that he is a tackling machine, but he's starting to bring the lumber. He's starting to add a little extra sauce on his hits, and I like to see it, man. I really like to see it. Last year, Nakobe Dean, you can say that he is not as physically gifted as Jahad Campbell, but one of the things I loved about Nakobe Dean's play last year was if he got his hands on a player, their diagnosis was usually out for game. He was laying the hit stick on people whenever he got his hands on somebody. Yeah, man. He was coming with bad intentions, and that's one thing I loved about Nakobe Dean. But it seems like it has been passed over to Zach Bond and Jahad Campbell. Man, I was wondering. I'm like, yeah, he got the physical gifts, but I want to know when there's a long drive, will he make the play if he's sucking wind or whatever? And you know what? They panned the camera to him. He had his hands on his hips, and he was out there gasping for air. And I'm like, let's see what the young dog is made of. Let's see what he's made of. And somebody missed a tackle, I think on a runner or whatever, and he came over and made the tackle. So I'm like, yeah, bro. We got a dog, man. We got a dog. Jahad Campbell, I love to see it, man. These two are the best linebacker duo of all time, and we get to sit here and watch Vic cook, which I'll get to in a second. The secondary, Adoree Jackson, I don't have to hit the Dice Pineapple button on him today. I like to see it. He didn't play bad at all. The Kingslayer, Cooper DeJean. Hold on. The Kingslayer, Cooper DeJean.
Kingslayer.
The Kingslayer!
I haven't hit that button in a minute, but the Kingslayer, can somebody explain to me why the Kingslayer has so much trouble with other offensive white players? Is that his kryptonite? We saw Adam Thielen really put him in a blender last year. You know, that was probably his toughest challenge last year. And then we see Travis Kelce treat him like just little brother syndrome, just hand all up in his face, just total disrespect to his face. But is that his kryptonite? We need to find out. Reed Blankenship and Quinyon Mitchell. We talked about Tyquan Thornton being a deep threat in the last video, and that Patty, he might be able to hit one, and they hit one. They hit one for like 40-something yards down the field. I'm not going to put that on Quinyon, but it did look like Reed Blankenship took the cheese on that one. I haven't seen the all 22, but there was another crossing route coming across in between the safeties, and it looked like Reed Blankenship took that instead of staying with whatever was going deep. So nothing deep, nothing cheap. But they hit that one. Let's see. Vic Fangio was bringing the blitz, okay? He was bringing the blitz, and this tells me that he's comfortable with what he has, with the personnel that he has in the defense. So if that's the case, that means players are going to be where he needs them to be. So if he sends Jahad Campbell on a blitz, then he knows Zach Bond is gonna back out and be wherever he's supposed to be, and the safeties are gonna come down and cover their zone or whatever. So I'm Vic is about to cook, yo. Vic is about to cook. But this defense could be legendary. I can't wait to see what else they got in store. All right, let's talk about Kevin Patullo. Now, the first game, I was split down the middle because I'm like, you know what? I just tried to chop it up to week 1, and I didn't want to make too much of a fuss about it, but I'm like, bro, this is bad. This is bad. And I tried to think back to last year and how it was with Kellen Moore. At the very least, Saquon was getting his. Okay? Saquon was getting his. And I'm like, nah, this is still bad. And a lot of people tried to give the Cowboys defense a lot of credit. And I'm like, nah, bro. No. I can't do that. I can't do it because they didn't do anything overly special to where our wideouts are only getting 2 targets, right? 2, 3 targets, 4 targets completely total, right? And then I see the rest of the games for the rest of the weekend, and everybody's moving the ball downfield, getting their wide receivers involved. And I'm like, bro, come on, man. Come on. And then I started doing some quick math. Okay, last week we couldn't throw the ball against the Cowboys. The Giants this week, Russell Wilson dices up the Cowboys defense, right? And then last week, Justin Herbert, he dices up the Chiefs defense. And then this week, this is what we put on film. Do you see this chart? It's despicable. Yeah. Right? So Kevin Patullo, he's on the clock, man. He's on the clock. I can't do this. I'm not giving him any grace. Lane Johnson's put it perfectly. I think it was last year when things were moving kind of slow. The offense looks constipated, okay? Everything looks so hard. So hard. It shouldn't be this hard, man. It really shouldn't be this hard. He needs to get it together. Kevin Patullo was a past game for 5 years. Which brings me to my larger point. I want to zoom out. I was excited about Kevin Patullo because he was here for the ups and the downs and the turnarounds, right? So I thought we would get the best version of this offense this year because he was able to pull from Shane Steichen, Brian Johnson, the good and the bad, right? Kellen Moore, he was able to see what all these guys did, and he'd be able to pull from all this, plus add his ideas and see where they went wrong and be able to move that out the way. And the fact that, I even thought that maybe he was saving some stuff. He was holding back from the Cowboys to put it on the Chiefs. That's not the case, man. That's not the case. We're 2 weeks in. He knew that we weren't going to play in the preseason. So this is completely unacceptable. He's on the clock. All right. He's on the clock. I don't know where they go from here. Maybe Nick Sirianni needs to call plays. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know. But he needs to get it together. We're trying to chase a repeat. That is the bottom line. It's depressing because our defense is up here right now and our offense is right here. And if our offense matches our defense, no one's going to be able to beat us. Period. Point blank. No one's going to be able to beat us. Okay? I'm looking around the NFL. No one's that good. All right? No one's that great to where they look unbeatable. All right. And people think we're sweet because of our offense. We ain't sweet, man. We ain't sweet. I already know this, but we need to get it together. Last but not least, I want to talk about Joe Burrow. He will be out for the next 3 months. Essentially, he's going to miss the season. As the president of the Joe Burrow He-Man Burrow Haters Club, this is not good, okay? The whole point of this is so he plays and he misses the playoffs, or he plays, makes the playoffs, and we move the goalpost to him. Now you have to win a playoff game. Then move the goalpost again, just in case he wins a playoff game. We move the goalpost to, okay, now you have to win a championship. There's no fun if he doesn't play, okay? So, you know, we kind of knew this is one of the things we do have against Joe Burrow is that he is brittle as Burrow. You know, that's what we call him. And we see his track history right here. In 2000, he had a torn ACL, MCL, and PCL, and meniscus. He missed the rest of the season. 2021, dislocated pinky. 2022, MCL sprain. 2023, torn wrist ligament, missed rest of the season. In 2025, he has grade 3 turf toe, which sounds it sounds awful, honestly. But it's no fun if he misses time and if he's injured, okay? I just want to say that. Joe, we do hope that you get better. Yeah, man, I guess we'll just move on to, I guess, Justin Herbert. He's kind of easy to do, but whatever. I do have a series. I will say this before we get out of here. I do have a series on the arm talent quarterbacks. And let's see. Let me show if I can show you. I'll show y'all. I created these thumbnails last year. I should have done this going into the playoffs last year. I could have done Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, and Joe Burrow. But we're going to start off the series, and we're going to start with Trevor Lawrence, okay? We're going to start with Trevor Lawrence. Josh Allen is the final boss. This one might come in like 2 years. I don't know. It'll happen, but I'll find the right time to do his. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence, we can probably do his within the next week or so. He's trash, complete trash. But yeah, man, that's all I got. But Joe Burrow, yeah, man, you see this game-winning drives since 2023. Jake Browning has 3. Joe Burrow has 2. Okay, so it's not fun anymore. Joe Burrow, get healthy when you can. We'll send you out on this.
You know something? The one thing I hate more than a couple cowards is a couple cripples.
That's right. But that's all I got. Hit the like button, subscribe. The algorithm is tearing my ass up. But that's all I got. The Birds are 2-0. And if you don't like that, you know the deal.
Nigga, you gonna get down or you gonna fucking lay down.